let's take a look at sort of the specifics of the mammalian heart. So the mammalian heart, remember, has four chambers. It has two atria, it has two ventricles. So it's got a right atrium and a left atrium. It's got a right ventricle and a left ventricle. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to sort of draw the right atrium. Okay? And the right atrium is going to receive blood from the body through something known as the vena cava. Vena cava. So it's going to receive oxygen poor blood. Right? And it is going to sort of lead into the right ventricle. Okay? Big chamber there, right ventricle. Okay? Now, we also have the left atrium, so I'm going to draw it like this. Left atrium. And the left atrium is going to receive blood from the lungs via something known as the pulmonary veins. Like so. And that's going to lead into the big chamber here, which is the left ventricle. And the ventricles are separated by the interventricular septum, like so. All right. Now, the right atrium and the right ventricle are separated by a valve. It's known as the right atrioventricular valve. Okay. The left atrium and the left ventricle are separated by a valve. It is known as the left atrioventricular valve. Okay. Now, coming out of the right ventricle, there is going to be a vessel, sort of comes out here and it goes out the backside like this. Okay? And that is going to lead to what we call the pulmonary trunk. Okay? And the pulmonary trunk will split into right and left pulmonary arteries, but it's going to send that blood to the lungs. Okay? So from the lungs, right, it's going to pick up oxygen and it's going to come back via the pulmonary veins. It's going to come out the left atrium, come down into the left ventricle, and then there's a vessel that runs out of the left ventricle. And that is called the aorta. The aorta is going to send blood down here to the body where it's going to drop off its oxygen, and then it's going to return via the vena cava. Okay? But in this valve, or in this ventricle here, there's a valve that separates the ventricle from the aorta, and there's one here that separates the ventricle from the pulmonary trunk. This one here is known as the pulmonary valve. It's called a semilunar valve. It's the pulmonary valve. This is also a semilunar valve. It's known as the aortic valve. Leads into the aorta. Okay, so let's take a look at that and the flow of blood through the heart. All right, so we are going to slide over here a little bit, and we are going to start with our blood in the right atrium. Okay, so from the right atrium, blood is going to go through the right atrioventricular valve. Right atrioventricular valve. Okay, which is known as the tricuspid valve. So I'll just put that in parentheses here, tricuspid valve. Okay, so we're going to go through there, and we're going to end up inside of the right ventricle. Okay, from the right ventricle, we are going to pass through the pulmonary valve, which is that semilunar valve, so pulmonary valve. Okay, we're going to enter the pulmonary trunk. From the pulmonary trunk, we'll go to the pulmonary arteries. Remember, these are arteries going away from the heart. Okay. And from there, we are going to go to the lungs. And from there, we're going to pick up oxygen, so I'm going to switch colors. Okay, and we are going to return via the pulmonary veins, because we're going back to the heart, right? Pulmonary veins. And we're going to go into the left atrium. From the left atrium, we're going to go through the left atrioventricular valve. Which is also known as the bicuspid or mitral valve. Okay. And that will take us into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, it will go through the aortic valve. Into the aorta. From the aorta, it will go to the arteries, which will then take it to the body, where it will drop off its oxygen. Then it will go to the veins, then to the major vein known as the vena cava, back into the right atrium. Okay, so that is the pathway of blood through that mammalian heart. Okay, so we'll sort of zoom out so we can see it all in unison together, and there we go.